It's time for a new generation of leadership.
You're not a new generation. You're 51. What are you talking about?
They can't stand a conservative minority female not being a Democrat. They were just looking for something. I mean, I am 30 years younger than Joe Biden.
Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley hitting back at liberal media critics, attacking her age as the 2024 election cycle kicks into high gear.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha is joining us now. Good morning, Joe. You know, Democrats they try to embrace the minority women candidates. That is until it's a Republican. So do you think this is a good strategy for the left?
Ashley, it is 31 flavors of stupid bad strategy, right? And there are very few people so partisan, so blind, so utterly insipid to double down on Don Lemon's rhetoric around any woman 50 or older not being in her prime. But here's Whoopi Goldberg, to use a Toddism, hold my beer. Here she is. If Nikki Haley is past her prime, by the way, then under this rule, Whoopi is extinct. Because here's how it works, by the way. If Joe Biden is 80 and Donald Trump is 76, that places them in the baby boomer generation. If Nikki Haley is 51, that makes her Generation X, therefore putting her in another generation. And here's the thing. It is absolutely guaranteed that Whoopi would never, ever say such a thing about age when it comes to Kamala Harris not being in her prime, because she didn't say one word about it when Kamala ran for president 4 years ago in 2019 when she was in her early 50s. And that's because there's a D next to her name. Either way, this is not the view that Barbara Walters conjured up 25 years ago. That we do know. It's nasty, it's hateful, but most of all, it's patently predictable. And no matter who the Republican nominee is, Trump, DeSantis, Haley, Pompeo, Tim Scott, all are going to be painted as horrible people with the worst intentions in mind by this dumpster fire of a show that has now become completely and totally unwatchable, Todd.
Are they going to have age problems? This is a rhetorical question. You don't need to answer. Are they going to have age problems when Joe Biden is put up for election in 2024 at 82 years of age, and when a potential second term would end at 86 years of age? I mean, it's insane, this line of attack. I'm just a little bit shocked by all the vitriol coming at Nikki Haley from all sides. Did you expect this?
I think, you know, it's the Mitt Romney rule, the John McCain rule, right? That they were nice guys, right, who tried to play nice with the media. And Romney was called a racist, a Gordon Gekko who liked to put his dog up on a roof during family vacations, and what a horrible person he was. And John McCain was a cantankerous old man, obviously much younger than Joe Biden, also a racist. So no matter who you are, once you announce you're running for president and you're on the Republican side, whether you're considered a nice guy or a not so nice guy, it doesn't matter, or girl in this case, you're going to get this sort of treatment that overall, if there's an R next to your name, that makes you a bad person, Todd.
Yeah,
Ashley.
It's just unfortunate that they keep coming after her like that on that particular topic. Anyway, CNN, they're catching some heat after claiming Ron DeSantis isn't a true conservative and that Nikki Haley wants to kill entitlements. Watch this.
There's also Republicans, including his supporters, who are worried that he might be flying a little bit too close to the sun with his war on wokeness.
The promise to those of us who are paying right now may not be kept, right? I mean, that sounds to me like entitlements are on the table. And this is a candidate for the Republican nomination in 2024.
So in reference to the comments made about Ron DeSantis, if he is not a true Republican, then who is?
Precisely. He just won in Florida by 20 points, and it's hard to find any liberal policies that propelled that victory, right, Ashley? By the way, this segment was hosted by Jim Sciutto, who is formerly of the Obama-Biden administration and is one of the least objective anchors in news. But here are the facts. There are zero public statements from Nikki Haley that she wants to kill entitlements. If so, CNN would have played them there. But they didn't, because that audio doesn't exist. As for Governor DeSantis, they tried to say that he supports gun control measures. But if he did, CNN would have played that audio, but they didn't because it doesn't exist. So this is a classic push a false narrative that benefits one party while attacking another one-on-one class. And it shows why the new CNN is very much like the Jeff Zucker version, which exists to serve at the pleasure of the Democratic Party, guys.
But on the big lie that you're hearing so much, that Republicans want to kill Medicare and kill Social Security, I mean, what more can the Republicans do on the messaging there to basically say, look, this is 100% false? Because I feel like the Republicans are trying, yet the Democrats are just sticking with this lie.
What Democrats are doing is they're taking one piece of legislation that was, or at least a proposal that was floated out by Senator Scott of Florida, and now trying to portray it as every Republican supports this when no Republican is on the public record saying they want to kill Social Security.
Scott doesn't even.
Exactly.
That's the lie. Scott doesn't even support it.
He doesn't. He proposed it at one point, though, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't the full proposal. It was like this wishy-washy. He mentioned Medicare, he mentioned Social Security, and Democrats, including the President of the United States, basically said, Republicans want to kill grandma. I mean, it was insane how far they took it, and yet this lie is still pervaded. This one gets me fired up. You know how the Giants get me fired up, Joe? This lie about Social Security and Medicare gets me fired up. We have to leave it there because I just spent the last 30 seconds yelling on TV.
It's all good. Now we're all awake, so look at it that way.
Joe.
I like the fire, man. I like the passion.
Happy Tuesday.
Thanks, Joe.
Happy Tuesday.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.